Get ready for another mystery in minutes. Unravel the enigma and climb atop the largest wonder of the world with us in this legendary story of the Great Wall. A group of European mercenaries is shown being pursued by Chinese warriors on horseback. One of the riders, Najid, is instructed to cut the horses loose to create a diversion, allowing them to escape. The men have traveled a long way in search of black powder, which is modern-day gunpowder and the weapon of their dreams. While taking shelter in a cave, one of the men, Rossetti, advises turning back, having lost 20 men during their escape, but the others remain determined to complete their mission. William Guerin, an Irishman, instructs the men to make note of their remaining inventory before heading north to confront their attackers in the mountains. Pero Tovar, a Spaniard, tosses William a magnet he wants to discard, which William believes he can use to make a compass. As they discuss leaving behind the dying Rossetti, they are attacked by a monster and only William and Tovar survive. William serves the monster's arm and takes it with them as they are pursued by the relentless Chinese warriors. When they reach the wall, they are surrounded by a circle of arrows and surrender themselves as prisoners to the Nameless Order. They are taken to Commander Lin Mei, who interrogates them. As the duo plots their escape, they learn that the commander speaks English. She acts as a mediator between them and General Xiao and strategist Wang, who examines the monster's severed hand and William's sword. William reveals that he killed the beast with his sword, sending it into a chasm, much to the surprise of the Nameless Order's leaders. Lin questions the purpose of William and Tovar's arrival. They lie, claiming to be there for trade and seeking refuge after being ambushed. Despite Lin's desire to eliminate them immediately, the Nameless Order decides to keep them alive until they uncover the truth based on the evidence in the form of green blood on William's sword and fresh flesh from the beast. Meanwhile, a bearded European man watches them from a distance. The conversation abruptly ends as a warrior rushes in, signaling that they are under attack through the smoke towers. The leaders order the warriors to take the prisoners to the stockade while they move to combat the siege. The sound of battle drums fills the air, putting everyone on high alert within the walls. Strategist Wang explains that the monster they killed is a scout of the Tao Tei, extraterrestrial monsters that attack every 60 years. When the young warrior Peng Yong is unable to find the cell key, they are taken to the wall. The duo is guarded by spear-wielding soldiers atop the wall. Warriors don their respective uniforms, black for foot soldiers, red for archers, and blue for the all-female army under Commander Lin's leadership, which boasts impressive capabilities. A horde of Tao Tei launches an attack on the wall. War cries and fierce fighting ensues as the warriors rain spears of fury on the green beasts below. The blue-clad women strike at the monsters using ropes, bungee tricks, and spears, resulting in many casualties. Tovar notices a cowering European hiding, wondering why he wasn't tied up, and sees an opportunity for their escape. Meanwhile, deadlier monsters arrive, and Wang alerts General Xiao of the Queen of the Monsters. Xiao orders his men to strike at her, but she survives the attack and unleashes her fury, setting her vicious monsters loose on the defenders. At the command of Xiao, the Nameless Order attempts to close the combat against relentless green monsters, but one scales over the wall and wreaks havoc on the warriors. Terrified for their lives, the duo prepares to escape. William, however, urges Peng to fight while pleading with the petrified European to cut them loose. William and Tovar choose to stay and fight. With Tovar's help, William plunges spears down the monster's throat, ultimately killing it. When another monster leaps over to attack the archers, Tovar distracts it by waving a red flag while William lies in wait and kills it with his bow and arrow. And the injured creatures withdraw as the warriors watch. Impressed by the duo's remarkable combat skills, the Nameless Order bestows respect upon William and Tovar, who are then sent to the barracks for some much-needed rest. As General Xiao predicts the monster's imminent return, he warns Lin of their evolution and instructs her to keep a watchful eye on William and Tovar, as they cannot be freed without endangering the Great Wall's secrets. Following their rescue by other European Ballard, William and Tovar learn that he came to the east 25 years ago in search of the black powder, just like they did. Ballard tells them to clean up for a meal. William and Tovar realize that Ballard knows where to find the black powder, but may need their help to escape. Upon entering the dining hall, the warriors welcome them with a standing ovation and roaring applause, but Commander Chen expresses contempt for William's small bow, prompting a challenge to prove them wrong. Tovar flips a cup, and William expertly pins it to the wall using 3 arrows, leaving everyone impressed. During dinner, William hints at leaving to Lin, and Tovar learns from Ballard that other Westerners have sought the black powder, requesting a covert meeting to discuss their plan. As Commander Chen shares her story of growing up in the army, William reveals how he rose through the ranks after being given to the military as a child. She takes him to the spot where the women in blue fought and urges him to jump as an exercise of trust, which he declines, citing distrust as the reason he is still alive. At night, the 3 Europeans secretly plan to steal the black powder and escape during the next monster attack. Wang questions William about the magnet he bought, speaking of its unseen force that could prove powerful against the Tao Tei. Wang then reveals the history of the Tao Tei, created when a meteor sent by the gods collided with Gowu Mountain to end the suffering caused by a greedy emperor 20 centuries ago. The monsters eat all things dead and alive and feed their queen to increase their numbers. Wang fears that if the monsters are nourished enough, they could become a threat to the kingdom and eventually the world. That night, 2 Tao Tei manage to climb to the top of the wall, prompting the warriors to ride out to investigate the whereabouts of their unaccounted troops. They advance in formation but are suddenly attacked by the monsters. During the fight, General Shao is killed, leaving Commander Lin in charge of the Nameless Order. In honor of their fallen leader, the warriors release lanterns into the sky as a sign of mourning. Shortly thereafter, an envoy from the capital arrives with an ancient scroll suggesting that magnets can pacify the monsters. Wang believes that the stone carried by William was responsible for killing the Tao Tei he encountered. To test this theory, William proposes capturing a live Tao Tei and agrees to help. This delay angers Tovar and puts their escape plans on hold. The next morning, a dense fog covers the area as the warriors prepare a sleeping potion to capture the Tao Tei. When Peng accidentally drops the bowl containing the potion, Commander Yang berates him and orders him to return to the kitchen. Tovar decides to join William in the fight, despite Balor's protest and bribes to abandon William. As the warriors wait in silence, the Tao Tei attack, and an even more fierce battle begins. William takes his position, fully aware of the gravity of the situation. Under General Lin's leadership, the warriors release chains attached to arrows drenched in the poison to capture the last monster while the others flee. However, William stops them from lifting the creature due to the risk of the chains breaking under its weight. He jumps off the platform to the ground to ensure that the beast is asleep, while Commander Lin orders her men to shoot screaming arrows at the Tao Tei to warn William of their arrival in the mist. Fiery boulders are then shot to create a blazing boundary, discouraging the monsters from entering. As William tightens the chain around the barely conscious monster, Tovar saves him just in time, warding off the monster. He asks William to grab an axe, and the duo fights blindly, creating a sound to distract more oncoming monsters. William shoots 3 arrows upward to signal for help. When the fire does not stop the monsters from approaching, and Lin orders her men to prepare the black powder weapons to aid them. They shoot the weapons and light the fuses, exploding the beasts as William and Tovar are blown away in the aftermath. The warriors tend to William, who inquires about Tovar's well-being, and Lin thanks them for their bravery. She dissuades William from the black powder, asking him to forget what he has seen. They are successful in capturing a monster and proving the theory of the magnet. However, the Imperial envoy claims the creature and takes it to the capital to present it to the Emperor. William empathizes with Peng and goes to Tovar to thank him, but Tovar is upset with William for trying to be a hero instead of taking the black powder and escaping. It is then revealed that the previous attack had been a distraction so that the Tao Tei could dig a tunnel at the base of the wall. Tovar and Ballard cause an explosion to steal the black powder. Hearing the loud noise, William arrives to stop them, followed by Peng, and is knocked unconscious by Tovar and Ballard in their bid to escape. The warriors discover that the monsters are on their way to the capital and will reach there in 2 days. Meanwhile, Tovar and Ballard make their way out, leaving everyone behind to their fate. At the capital, the Emperor is pleased to see the subdued monster. William is arrested and reprimanded by Lin for his apparent betrayal, but Peng speaks up in his defense. Even so, she has him locked up for lying to her earlier about their intentions. Ballard treacherously betrays and abandons Tovar, leaving him behind in the desert. The Nameless Order undertakes a perilous journey on giant lanterns functioning as hot air balloons despite losing some of their warriors along the way. Lin orders Peng to release William, who is then instructed by Wang to warn the outside world. However, William chooses to stay and fight and boards the last balloon along with Peng and Wang. In the capital, the creature awakens and attacks the Emperor when the magnet is removed. The Queen signals the Tao Tei to attack, and the other monsters follow suit, converging on the creature's location. The wounded Emperor uses the magnet to subdue the creature, while Ballard is captured by bandits who inadvertently trigger an explosion by igniting the black powder, killing themselves and him. William and his companions arrive in the nick of time to rescue Lin from being devoured, and he assists her to kill the monsters on the ground. Inside the palace, they discover the Emperor cowering behind his throne, blaming the Nameless Order for their delayed arrival. Wang proposes to kill the queen by tying explosives to the captured Tao Tei and offering it as a meal intended for the queen. As they approach the site, they are ambushed by a horde of Tao Tei from above, and Peng immolates himself by detonating a black powder explosive to save the others. The Tao Tei is released and takes the bait, leading it to its queen, who is surrounded by her guards. Lin and William climb a tower to detonate the explosives, while Wang stays back with a magnet to hold off the advancing monsters. In a heroic act, Wang sacrifices himself to give Lin and William enough time to reach the upper floors. The Queen's guards deflect William's first 2 arrows, but he hurls the magnet into the horde, creating a gap in their shields, and causing an explosion that kills the Queen and paralyzes the rest of the horde. The explosion hurtles William out of the window, but Lin manages to catch him and pull him to safety. With the threat eliminated, William is granted permission to return home and choose to take Tovar, who the Nameless Order has recaptured. Instead of accepting the reward of abundant black powder, Tovar experiences both relief and annoyance at this decision. As they prepare to leave, Lin bids William farewell, and he congratulates her on her promotion to General of the Northern Territories. William and Tovar depart, while Lin watches them leave solemnly. Feel the adrenaline rush from this video? Reward us with your love in the comments. Hit the like button and subscribe for more heart-pumping content.